I wanted to share the story of a client who unfortunately was diagnosed with mesothelioma lung cancer and had to hire a mesothelioma attorney to recover compensation. I'm Paul Danziger, a mesothelioma lawyer with Danziger De Llano. We've recovered over $2 billion for mesothelioma victims, and our clients routinely recover over $1 million in individual cases. Here's one of our clients' stories. Dave was born and raised in Beech Grove, Indiana. He graduated from Beech Grove High School in 1968. He grew up in a hard-working family rooted in discipline and responsibility. His father worked in the railroad shop in Beech Grove before later becoming a security guard at the RCA plant in Indianapolis. His mom was a registered nurse and also operated a beauty parlor. Dave lost his mother when he was only 10 years old, a loss that shaped his quiet strength and deep devotion to his family. After high school, Dave attended ITT Tech School in Indianapolis to study electrical technology. He learned to work on circuit boards and other electrical systems before ultimately enlisting in the U.S. Navy in 1970. That decision would change the course of his life. Dave first served aboard the USS Henley, assigned briefly to the engine room where he chipped and repainted machinery. Soon after, he entered active duty aboard the USS Hancock, which was in dry dock in Hunters Point in San Francisco. On the Hancock, Dave worked as an E3 fireman in the lighting shop. He handled fuse boxes, replaced blown fuses, removed old electrical boxes, ran cable, and responded to electrical trouble calls throughout the ship. He stood watch in the engine room next to large generators. He opened fuse boxes that had not been touched in years, boxes filled with accumulated asbestos dust. The ship underwent constant maintenance and repair, especially while in port. Electrical systems, generators, insulation, and ship's components during that time frequently contained asbestos material. Nevertheless, Dave did his job without complaint, never realizing the incredible risk this asbestos was exposing him to. After his honorable discharge in 1976, Dave returned home to Indiana. He resumed work at the Standard Grocery and later Lowell Food and Grace Foods. Over decades, he's worked his way into management. He worked in multiple store locations across Indianapolis. During the 1980s and beyond, the stores were constantly remodeled, ceilings lowered, floors replaced, coolers and freezers removed and replaced, drywalls and sheetrock work performed in back room. Dave did not perform the construction himself, but he was present in the stores while this work was underway and he was exposed to the asbestos. He retired in January 2012 after decades of steady employment. He and his wife, Kathy, had been married since 1974. They raised one daughter. They built a life based on loyalty, routine, and hard work. Then, in October 2015, at just age 65, Dave was diagnosed with pleural mesothelioma. It was a devastating diagnosis for him and for the entire family. Mesothelioma is almost always caused by asbestos exposure, often from exposure from decades earlier. He and his family were overwhelmed. Fear, questions, uncertainty about the future, all common for those who've been diagnosed with mesothelioma. That's when he contacted our law firm, Danziger De Llano. Our job was to investigate every chapter of Dave's work history. We documented his naval service aboard the USS Hancock and the USS Henley. We examined ship maintenance periods in dry dock at Hunters Point. We identified the responsible asbestos companies and pursued recovery through every available avenue. Families often ask us what type of compensation is available in a mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer case. At Danziger De Llano, we help our clients recover money in three main ways. One, from the asbestos bankruptcy trusts. From trusts like John Manville, Owings Corning, W.R. Grace, and Babcock and Wilcox. We go after those trusts and the companies that participate in them. Two, from settlements with companies that have previously been sued, which can result in faster recovery once exposure and diagnosis are confirmed. And 3, claims against active corporations that still deny responsibility. Many clients begin receiving initial payments within 90 days of filing. Additional compensation follows as each individual claim is processed. All cases are reviewed free and all cases are confidential. There's no upfront fees and you pay nothing unless we recover compensation for you and your family. Today, Dave is doing relatively well and hopes to determine whether he is a candidate for surgery. But mesothelioma is relentless and time matters. If you live in Indiana, California, Illinois, or anywhere, and you were exposed to asbestos in the military, in construction, or elsewhere, contact our law firm, Danziger De Llano. We'll fight for you and your family, just as we fight for Dave. Call 1-800-996-4000 or visit us at dandale.com. That's 1-800-996-4000 or visit us at dandale.com. Thank you.